This is not the church of Joseph Smith.
Travis Wayne Goodsell. The prophets tell each and every one of us, since we're kids, through the various classes and even over the pulpit of conference, that we should study the scriptures. And as I was taught in the public school system how to study, I studied the scriptures in the same manner and method, and would eventually go on to learn the ancient languages, as it was a wide open field, so it needed to be deciphered. That's how devoted I was to the church. And in so doing, I was able to confirm a lot of the Mormon scriptures, as well as some of the biblical texts, in order to understand them correctly. And as we understand, the Bible is the Word of God as far as it is translated correctly. So I was thinking, I'm finding out the correct translation of the Bible. And you'd think that the church would be okay with this, that this is why they tell us to study the scriptures, is that we'll learn the truth. And I found out from the Egyptian documents that the Book of Mormon is correct, as well as the Doctrine and Covenants passage, section 29, verses 36 and 40, that Adam fell. Give you a moment to let that sink in. Adam fell. Notice who's missing. But I confirmed the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith are correct. They are true. And so I was showing that Joseph Smith, the founding prophet of our church, is true. I am going with him. Well, the bishop that I had did not agree, and told me that I was going against the prophets for confirming that the Book of Mormon was true and that Joseph Smith is correct. Going with Joseph Smith, I was now going against the prophets. Wow. And so he extorted my church attendance, threatened me to drop all the YouTube video, as well as stop all my research in the ancient languages, to again show that Joseph Smith is true and the Book of Mormon is true. I found the Egyptian documents concerning the passage that talks about Zenock, Zenos, and Neam with their prophecies. I found them in the Egyptian documents. And so I had to dismiss all of that, deny the Book of Mormon, deny Joseph Smith, in order to follow the prophets, the living, current prophets. And the more you do your research and study, the more you learn the truth, and the more you go against the prophets. But you confirm the Book of Mormon is true. You confirm Joseph Smith is true. But you're going against the prophets. And that should wake you up, rather than scare you away from the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith.
If you placed a clothing order earlier, the clothing picked up at the front desk. Once again, if you put in the clothing order earlier, the clothes are not ready to be picked up at the front desk. Thank you.
And that the current church is not true. It's not Joseph's church. And then you wonder, well, why are they using the Book of Mormon? Why are they claiming Joseph Smith is our founder if they're not the same church? if we are going against the church by studying the Book of Mormon and studying Joseph Smith and his works, by going into the ancient languages, by doing the scientific investigations, we learn the truth that the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith are true, but the current prophets are false. And Mormons want us to denounce the founder, the cornerstone of our religion. Does that not strike anybody as weird? Or are you just going to put a thumbs down and say, yeah, denounce Joseph Smith in the Book of Mormon, Travis? Stick with the living prophets. I can't. Why? Well, if it were math, you learn that normal math, not synergistic math, is 1 + 1 = 2. So you give an example, you have one apple, Susie has another apple. How many apples do the two of you have together? 2 apples. 1 + 1 = 2. Synergy, anything goes. And so for your job, if you flip burgers for a living, you get an order from the cashiers saying, hey, we need 2 big burgers. Do you make 3 big burgers? Force them to pay extra? Do you only do 1 burger? No, you got to do 2. Because they ordered 2, you got to make 2. You can't argue with the customer on this, because they're not going to want to do business with you if you do not do your job. So likewise, with the church, the prophets or Joseph Smith in the Book of Mormon, you have to take your pick, because they both are not in harmony with each other. Who are you following? And if you choose the current church, okay. But you need to be honest with everybody and denounce the Book of Mormon and Joseph Smith. If you stick with Joseph Smith in the Book of Mormon, you got to be honest with everybody, like me, and denounce the church. Because as you continue to do your church history, you'll find out why you need to denounce the church. So, the answer is real simple. You should be going against the prophets of the church, because they aren't true. There's a reason why. And I've been going over that with you, and I'm a living example of why.